Right now, as far as I can tell, we did. Uh, the first thing you always want to do is you play to win, you prepare to win. So that didn't happen. We talked about certain things that they do similar to Toronto in terms of neutral zone rush defense. For the most part, we did a good job. Obviously, gave up a goal at the start of the third, but I think that was more of a, I don't know if it was a team breakdown. It was just we weren't strong on a puck. They made a good play. D zone against 3 and 4 high. I thought for the most part we didn't give up a ton of chances in that area. So that part of the game was good. We still found a way to give up 5 goals, so we'll look at that. Never want to do that against a good team, but I don't think it was like these massive breakdowns one after the other. Thought we competed hard offensively to score goals. Their goalie was very good in there, very competitive, so that part of it was good. So as team-wise, yeah, we checked some boxes, and other ones we didn't quite hit. I don't think he's that concerned about it other than he's a professional and wants to play well every time he's in the net. Like I said, we gave up 2 breakaway goals, so some of that you got to be better in front of him. I don't know if the last one definitely went in off Heinen's stick, so there was some funny, some deflected ones. But Hags, I believe he'll be ready to go Thursday and in good form. But, that's why we play the games. We'll find out.
Given his the game plan this year with him and the goaltenders, just overall, how do you think he's responded to the workload?
I think he, responded to the workload. I think he's been very good this year. I don't know if it would be his best season ever. It'd certainly be one of his better ones, I would assume. I think he's very fresh going into the playoffs. Some years in the past, you could ask him that if he was or wasn't. I assume this year, I don't assume, I know he is. He hasn't been overworked. So that's a positive. You'd like that out of your goaltender, especially if you're going to – every team generally will lean on their goaltender at some point. So I think he's responded well this year to not playing as much. He's had good years where he's played more. So I said only he can answer where he's truly at. Yeah, I mean, the growth in his game has been very good. He's a very competitive guy. So that's this time of the year, that's one of the most important things, and it's certainly an identity of our club. I think he's more comfortable moving the puck, when to make a play, when to join the rush. Certainly physical. Will take an opportunity to finish his checks, and this time of the year that becomes that increases with every team. So I like where he's at his game. We'll see if and when he gets in there how he responds. But as you know, most teams will go through a certain amount of defensemen if you have any type of run at all. So I suspect we'll see him at some point. Yeah, I mean it's an area of concern. I think the numbers were. My argument against it was we had some misplays of the puck back there that ended up in our net. Now what's happening is there's breakdowns, breakaways, and tonight was one of the best players in the league that can score, and it hops over our stick. So yeah, it is an area of concern because Toronto's going to have players out there that can bury it on the shorties. So we're going to have to tighten up in that area, but it's not as simple as saying, hey guys, let's tighten. You just got to be harder on the pucks and understand that which teams push hard to score goals on when you're on the power play. Who do they use? Are they guys that Stamkos is a goal scorer? Some teams have more of their checkers, and that's some awareness on the ice. And when especially that first group, there's only one D out there, so he has to be a little more. He has to read the play a little better. Tonight, I'm not faulting Charlie on that. Hopped over past the stick, and off he went. No, that'll get sorted out quickly this week. Though Fluto right now, we'll have an internal discussion, and I have a pretty good idea which direction we're going to go. Some of that will depend on looking again at Toronto as well.
I know the season just ended, but overall, how do you feel about the team going into?
Well, I feel terrific. I'm an optimist. I like our team. We play hard. We're one of the better teams from start to finish, I think, in the National Hockey League. Specifically, the second half of the year, we've we've played well at the right times. We've earned our way. Got Toronto. I think it's a great matchup, great rivalry. Guys should be excited to play. Obviously this week we'll, hopefully we don't get any bad news health-wise. That's always a concern. But at the end of the day, we've played through a lot of different things. So hopefully get some good news on guys like Crowley and more. Maybe sometimes they're ahead of schedule. So those are things that will bother or that I'll look at this week. But I like where we're at as a team and ready to go.
Take two more.
Coach, this will be a third straight playoffs since you became coach. Just for you personally, what's different about the approach once you get to this, point in the year as a coach? What do you see to be different?
Well, you're zoned in on obviously one team and how to best exploit weaknesses and take away strengths. And I think it's about as much, for me personally, how do you take away strengths? How do you get them to, have to adjust and try to win a game where they're not how they generally don't maybe win it. With Toronto, we know it's offense. They like to stretch the zone. So for us, that was we really tried to work on last year. Make them try to beat you different ways than that. But we'll look at them again. So that's the way I look at it. You're really dialed into 23 players that you're probably going to see, and then how do we best fit? So that part of the game I like, the game planning part. But it's also about getting your guys in a good place and managing your people and keeping them in a good place through the highs and the lows, because there will be both.
Since the Columbus game, when Carson had that big night, he's played, I guess, what's amounted to sort of down in the lineup the last couple. Has he kept himself in the
Absolutely. We were looking at another guy. Kretsch didn't even play the other night. That was one of the lines he played with. Tonight we put Kretsch and Pasta. So, no, that wasn't a demotion for him. In fact, you might look at it, the other way. We got enough, confidence in him, because I think he's played lots of minutes and he's been good for us. Good again tonight, right in front of the net on a Heinen's goal. Like, he does these little things that endears himself to, his teammates and the staff.
Being a fan of the game and when you're not playing against him, what do you think of the season that Coach?
Terrific. I mean, their whole team did. I mean, they're 62 wins, 3 against us. The guy's he's a very competitive guy. Wants the puck every time he's on the ice. I think he plays hard. He goes to the dirty areas. He's not just a guy that plays in the perimeter and dishes. I think he gets inside, willing to go to the net. I don't know him as a guy. Seems like he's well liked by his teammates. They're happy for his success. So, good player, good for hockey.